Look at what happens inside the body during a standard, poorly planned heavy leg day. Muscle fibers stretch to their absolute limit, and joint ligaments violently shake to bear the brunt of crushing pressure. To actually grow your lower body safely, you need a precise biological blueprint. You must optimize mechanical tension, layer in metabolic stress, and ensure joint stability, executed in a very specific sequence. You don't need a massive, state-of-the-art facility to execute this sequence. A standard set of free weights, a bench, and a machine, or even just a Bosu ball, are the only tools required. Loading up the bar and blindly chasing heavy weights without a biomechanical strategy eventually stalls muscle growth and guarantees chronic injury. Step 1 of this protocol begins with the barbell squat. It provides the heavy, compound stimulus required to develop your quads and glutes. This bar chart illustrates the baseline effectiveness of the movement, drawing from a 2020 sports medicine study tracking subjects over a 12-week period. Looking at the two distinct pillars, subjects who performed only the back squat achieved a 12% growth in their quads and a 9% increase in their glutes. But we must compare the mechanics of how we squat. When we look at the front squat versus the back squat, their muscle activation patterns are nearly identical. Both variations hit the exact same quad and glute muscle groups. The physical toll on your skeleton, however, is very different. The back squat generates severe compressive forces on the lumbar spine and knees. The front squat relies on a more upright trunk, keeping those joints clear from shear stress. Because the front squat delivers that same hypertrophic stimulus with a fraction of the structural risk, while using 20% less weight, it is the superior foundational movement for anyone with past back or knee issues. Squats generate high mechanical tension, but they have a specific biological limitation. When your glute muscle is fully contracted in the shortened position at the top of the movement, the squat fails to apply maximum tension. To solve this specific shortfall, we move to step 2, the barbell hip thrust. This 2015 EMG analysis tracks exactly how the glutes fire. Looking at the isolated data points, the hip thrust puts an extremely high amount of tension and metabolic stress on the glutes right at the movement's peak. To generate that stress safely, your form must be exact. As you thrust the weight up, lock your core and execute a strict posterior pelvic tilt. Reach the precise angle of rotation shown here while completely avoiding any arch in your lower back. By combining the heavy mechanical tension of the squat with the intense metabolic stress of the hip thrust, you create a complete growth profile for the glutes. With the foundation set, we have to address lateral stability. Training exclusively with 2 legs at a time masks hidden strength imbalances between your right and left sides. Walking lunges are often too unstable for beginners to fix this, forcing them to cut their range of motion short. The stationary Bulgarian split squat is the superior tool to accurately isolate and load a single leg. Once you master the basic split squat, you can advance to contralateral loading. This involves holding a single dumbbell on the opposite side of your working front leg. The physics are straightforward. The weight pulls down on one side. To maintain equilibrium and keep your torso upright, your glute medius muscle on the opposing side has to fire aggressively to counteract that force. Actively training this neglected muscle balances your leg strength and serves as a highly effective bulletproof shield against chronic knee pain. The final major muscle group requires a specialized approach. During athletic deceleration and explosive movements, the hamstrings are placed under extreme tension, making them highly vulnerable to tearing. To build protection against this, we use the glute ham raise. This movement forces you to slowly control your body weight on the way down, providing severe eccentric or strengthening to the muscle fibers. If you lack specialized machinery, you can replicate this exact biomechanical motion, as shown on the right. Anchoring your feet against a wall while resting your knees on a Bosu ball allows you to safely control that exact same downward negative rep. Finally, cap off the entire routine with 1 seated and 1 standing calf raise exercise to stimulate all the different fiber types in your lower legs. Your hamstrings and calves serve as the essential braking system for your entire lower body. Strengthening them eccentrically prevents catastrophic joint failures in the future. This diagram illustrates our complete lower body system. We establish the compressive foundation of the squat, integrate the metabolic isolation of the hip thrust, build unilateral stability with the split squat, and finish with the eccentric armor of the hamstring raise. To track exactly how many reps, sets, and rest minutes you need to execute this sequence, you can download a free, mobile-friendly tracking sheet using the link in the description below. If this scientific breakdown helped clarify your training strategy, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next guide. Spending hours in the gym yields very little if your mechanical execution is flawed. Use this exact protocol to optimize your time, build strength safely, and clearly see the results of your